What's up guys? It's me, Eric B, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back at Flip My Cycle to do yet another first ride on this 2014 Triumph Daytona 675R coming up. Alright guys, so this is my first time being on a Triumph. I was lucky to get my hands on this bad boy here at Flip because I'm pretty sure it's gonna sell pretty quick. But just looking at it, man, I love the way that it looks. I like the color. It's got the Oline suspension on it, so that's pretty dope. Haven't used that word in forever. It's got the Brembo brake calipers, and it even has an aftermarket Two Brothers exhaust, which sounds pretty sweet. So enough talking, let's go ahead and get it out on the road and talk about it a little bit.
Perfect.
Alright. Oh man, that thing sounds nice. So just like the let's see here. Alright, so just like a Suzuki, you got to pull the clutch in order to start it, but the exhaust sounds pretty good. To me it almost sounds like a FZ09 or something like that. I don't know, what do you guys think? So just looking at it right off the bat, we do have a fuel gauge, we have a shift indicator, all the little goodies there, and it feels pretty good. Sitting on it right now, it does feel a little aggressive, but as always, like I said, I can flat foot all these bikes, but if you're a little bit shorter, it might be kind of like sitting on an R6, but I don't really know the difference between, you know, a Triumph and an R6. I haven't ridden one yet, so we'll find that out later on. But if you guys know anything about that, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know. All right from the get-go, this thing feels really light when you're maneuvering it around. And let's see, I think this thing has a quick shifter on it, so let's test it out. Yep. And look guys, no more comments on me shifting with a quick shifter and letting off the throttle. I'm actually keeping it pegged. Kept getting a bunch of flack about that. Took me a couple bikes to finally figure it out. Alright, I need to turn around and go the other way. Man, this thing sounds good. This kind of reminds me of, like I said before, being on like an FZ09 or FZ07, just by the way that it sounds. I think this thing was built around, you know, having low end torque and having usable power that you can use, you know, to its fullest potential. Not fullest potential on the street, but you know, on the twisties, even in the track. Man, this thing sounds good. So you guys can hear like that whistle. I don't know how well you can hear it in my mic, but this has like a distinct sound to it. It is a 3-cylinder, so 675 cc's, which kind of is mind-boggling if you think about it, because most of your 600s are about 599 cc's and they're 4-cylinders. So it's pretty good that they're able to do a lot with a little. So I believe this thing is pushing now right around 126 horsepower and 54 foot-pounds of torque. Oh my gosh, I love the quick shifter. That is crazy. I think this thing pulls harder than my Gixxer 600. Oh man, that back brake is almost gone. Holy moly. It's alright. Just needs to be adjusted a little bit. Oh man. Oh, this is awesome. Alright, so I was talking about the little whistle noise, the distinct little sound that it makes. I think it has something to do with the intake and how it's designed. So ergonomics, just like any other sport bike I've been on, it's going to be a little bit aggressive. The handlebars are kind of low and you are kind of sitting up high on the seat. This is you know, built for the track. So I know there's a 675 Daytona, just a standard model, I believe, and this is the R edition. So what does the R stand for? Obviously it's built a little bit more for the track. But man, this thing performs pretty dang good. It does have ABS, and I'm not sure if it has anything like traction control or wheelie control. I haven't really dove too far into that yet. If you guys know, please leave me a comment and let me know. So who was Triumph made by? Is it the Brits? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is them. So bottom end, this thing has a good amount of torque. Strong little engine. As I was coming onto the on-ramp back there, man, it was just, oh, glorious. So the mirrors on here are pretty good. They're pretty sturdy. I know like the mirrors on the Ducati, they're hot garbage, but hey, it's a race bike, and they just, you know, it's an afterthought. They're not really thinking about stuff like that. So as far as the handling goes, like I said, back in the parking lot, this thing does feel really light. It's about 400 pounds, so typical 600 weight. And I feel that I can throw this thing around pretty good. It's really light, especially in the front end. It feels pretty light too. I need to find some curves to hit. Do I feel like I could commute on this bike? I would say yes. I would say a lot better than something like an R1 or something like that, where the engine is a little bit more clunky, I guess. This is a little bit more smooth, so I don't think you'd have any issues there. I mean, other than the seating position and stuff like that, that's really the only thing you'd have to worry about, if that's something that's a concern to you. Shifting is really smooth, up and down, so no issues there. I want to say this also has a slipper clutch. And performance, man, this thing is awesome. Just a little bit that I've done after about being on this bike for 10 minutes, man, this thing is nice. I'm actually contemplating getting something like this, but we all know it's not going to happen. But man, I would not mind having a bike like this. I did not know Triumph made such a sweet motorcycle. All right, the styling. So this thing looks good. There's no negatives. There's nothing bad for me to say. I love the white color and the little red accents and stuff it has on it. The seat materials is pretty nice, and overall it's just a really sexy looking bike. All right, so the brakes on here are really good. They're kind of touchy, but not too bad. But the front brakes are pretty good. This bike is nice. All right, who else out there has a Triumph 675R, man? This thing is awesome. Tell me a little bit about yours, man. How do you like it? Who's thinking about getting one? If you are thinking about getting one, I'd say go for it. This thing is amazing. I haven't been on this bike long enough to really have any kind of complaints or negatives or anything like that, but I will try to find at least one for you guys. Well, okay, I guess the one negative right off the bat would be the aggressive seating position, and that's pretty standard on most of your sport bikes. So this thing came out in 2006, and too bad that they have done away with it. It had a good run for 10 years, and they did away with it in 2016. So if you're gonna find one of these, you're gonna have to find an older model, but this one is still in dang good condition. Oh boy, would you just look at it. Just look at it.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
So I do believe that it has an aluminum swing arm. So everything on this thing is lightweight. So that's why this bike feels so good when you're leaning it into curves and moving it around, just because it's got a lot of lightweight pieces on it. It's even got some little carbon accents and stuff on here. I don't know if it's real carbon or not. I would assume that it is. But yeah, man, this bike is the bee's knees. Donuts. Is the hot sign on? Oh, the hot sign's on. Too bad I don't have a car. Oh yeah, so this bike feels more narrow, and the tank is a little bit more slim than some of the other bikes I've been on. All right, and that is the mighty Triumph Daytona 675R, guys. What a bike. If you are looking for something like this, definitely check out Flip My Cycle. They have this bike and plenty of other bikes to choose from. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.